Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you how to show a map using the Jibestream Web SDK. And so as part of that, we're going to be inputting the variables needed for loading a map. We're going to initialize the SDK using the init function. And then I'm going to explain a couple of the init options that you have available to you. So following on from the previous lesson, we've already installed JMap from npm. And now we create a config object with the following keys. So we've got host. And in this instance, it's going to be api.jibestream.com. We've also got auth, and we'll fill in those details in just a moment. We've got the customer ID, which here is 51, and the venue ID, which here is 443. And we'll just pop in those details for the auth. And now that that's set up, we can go ahead and create a variable called Jibestream and set that to jmap.init with the config options being passed in as the parameter. And by simply doing that, we can switch over to our browser, refresh, and we'll see that the map is loaded. But that's not all that you can do with this config object. You can also pass in a couple of more keys. For instance, show all amenities and show all path types. And you'll see when we switch back to the browser that this has shown both the amenities and the path types on the map. Another couple of keys that you can pass in is the width and the height. And for width and height, you can pass in either a string of a percentage of the container of the map, or you can pass in a number, which will be pixels. Here I've accidentally passed it in as a string with pixels, but that should be a number, and we'll just switch that back to 100 as a number. Refresh, and you'll see that it's 100 pixels high and 50% of the width of the browser, which is the container in this instance. We'll set that back to 100% for both of them. And then we can also set what the container is. In this instance, we're actually just setting it to .map, which is the default. So in the app.js, you'll see that we're actually having a div with a class name of map, and that's just where it's going to be held. We can also parse all maps, and what that'll do is parse all of the maps, all of the levels or floors in your map upon load, which will save loading time when you switch between floors. We can also show all image map labels and show all text map labels. And if we flip back to the browser, okay, we've found a little bit of a mistake. Yep, so we've accidentally passed in width of 10%, that should be 100%. But now that we've gotten that corrected, you can see the text map labels are showing there. And in this instance, we don't have any image map labels. Finally, we can also apply display mode, set that to true. And what that is going to do is for all of the units on the map, it's going to show the destination name within the unit. And so that's just some of the options that you can set when you're creating the config for the init function. There are a few more, but these are the most important ones. So feel free to check out the documentation to see the full listing.